As you work on mixing your project, you might want to make sure you don't accidentally change, move, or otherwise alter an edit that you've spent a lot of time working on. In those cases, you can lock down anywhere from a couple to several properties of your project. The lock button is not part of the default toolbar, but you can easily enable it by going to Track, Track Header, and Show Track Lock. Right-clicking on any track control area will get you there as well. And then you can click the lock on any track to lock it. For example, let's say I just spent a lot of time getting the sound of the rhythm guitar part. Maybe I applied some EQ, I adjusted the amp settings, I fixed some timing issues, and I chopped up a couple takes into a single take. I don't want to accidentally have these regions be selected off screen and then accidentally move, delete, or change it in any way. So I just click the lock button. Now, locking actually happens in two steps. First, you click the lock button to indicate which track or tracks you want to lock. At that point, the tracks are technically locked. Notice if I try to do something like drag a region, I get this message saying that the track is locked and can't be changed. I could just unlock it right now if I needed to, but watch what happens if I hit the play button. GarageBand is now freezing the locked tracks. That means that GarageBand is saving an actual audio file version of the locked tracks to store on your hard drive. And the file has all the settings, plugins, and other effects applied to it. That way, when you play back the track, GarageBand doesn't have to waste your Mac's processing power on applying those effects in real time. Instead, it plays back the frozen version of the track, which is just a single audio file. So if you notice that GarageBand is lagging, maybe because you have a project with a lot of tracks and a lot of plugins applied to the tracks, you can try locking the tracks you don't need to change to allow GarageBand to freeze them. You'll probably see an immediate increase in your Mac's performance when you're playing back your song. Now, when tracks are locked, you can still do certain things to them, like adjusting the level of the volume and playing around with the panning. You can even turn on automation and add automation envelopes. Basically, locking protects the regions on the track from being moved, deleted, or changed, but you can still perform mixing tasks, which is good because you wouldn't want to have to keep unlocking and locking tracks each time you wanted to adjust their levels. And when you do unlock a track, GarageBand will dispose of the frozen version of the file it created, and it will again apply your effects and plugins live and on the fly. So that's how track locking works in GarageBand.